Sericulture vis-a-vis other agricultural enterprises. Dear students, in today's lecture, let us make an attempt to know about sericulture vis-a-vis other agricultural enterprises. Introduction. Sericulture is an agro-based industry. In India, it is recognized as an important rural as well as cottage industry. It is also regarded as a supplementary crop in agriculture in the southern states of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. In broad sense, it involves rearing of silkworms for the production of raw silk, which is the yarn obtained out of cocoons spun by the silkworms. The major activities of sericulture comprises of host plant cultivation to feed the silkworms which spin silk cocoons, and reeling the cocoons for unwinding the silk filament for value added benefits such as processing and weaving. Sericulture is mostly practiced by small landholders for their livelihood. It also provides a direct employment to many people, which ultimately check the migration of population from rural areas to urban areas. Thus, it helps in minimizing the population and pollution in urban areas by arresting the growth of slums in urban areas. Sericulture is also one of the promising enterprises which plays a major role in rural development. Because of the frequent price fluctuations of the produce of other crops, many farmers are switching over to sericulture, and hence it has replaced the traditional crops to a large extent. Mulberry requires less water compared to most of the other crops. This is yet another factor for shift in cultivation from traditional crops to sericulture. Also, the farmers are interested in sericulture due to less fluctuation in the prices of the produce compared to other crops and assured market for the produce. As the improved technologies evolved by the research institutes of the country have increased the crop stability and considerably reduced the labor dependence for sericulture operations, it has become economically viable and is becoming popular, especially among progressive farmers and educated persons. Several studies have indicated that sericulture is capable of generating more income than other cash crops like paddy, wheat, sugarcane, turmeric, etc. In addition, most of the other crops can be grown once or twice in a year, but sericulture can be practiced 4 to 5 times in a year. Also, returns from sericulture is assured within a month. So, agriculture and sericulture can be adopted simultaneously by the agriculturists in regions where the ecological conditions are favorable. The income from sericulture activities is influenced by several factors like size of the land holding, socio-economic condition of the farmers, soil condition, rain-fed or irrigated condition, mulberry variety, cultural practices, silkworm race and silkworm rearing management. Owing to the increased crop stability and profitability from sericulture due to cost-effective technologies and reduction in manpower requirement due to adoption of shoot rearing method and chalky concept, the area under mulberry is increasing to rear silkworms to get more profit besides improving their standard of living. Further, the stability and sustainability of sericulture enterprise highly depends on its economic viability vis-a-vis other competing crops. As a commercial activity, one silkworm crop takes normally 35 days from the day of hatching of eggs to marketing of cocoon and then cleaning and disinfection of rearing house and appliances. However, the farmers can reduce 8 to 10 days of rearing period by purchasing chalky worms from commercial chalky rearing centers instead of buying eggs. Considering the growth of mulberry leaf from the garden, the farmers can rear only 5 crops of silkworms in a year. But by dividing the mulberry garden into 2 portions and adjusting the pruning schedule of mulberry garden, the farmers normally rear 10 crops in a year in such a way to get mulberry leaf for alternate batches from each portion in order to efficiently utilize the infrastructure created for silkworm rearing, such as rearing house, rearing and mounting appliances, etc. Economics of sericulture versus agricultural crops. In a study conducted by Mallikarjuna and others in 2008, in Mandya district, comparing sericulture with major agricultural cash crops such as turmeric, banana and sugarcane, the cost of production was found more in banana with rupees 57,000 per acre per year, followed by sugarcane with rupees 32,000 and turmeric with rupees 30,000, whereas in sericulture the cost involved was rupees 49,000. Cost components. In the cost components of sericulture, the major cost components are labor 20.21%, irrigation 15.29%, depreciation on rearing building and appliances 14.29%, manures and fertilizers 21.83%, transportation 9.92%, disinfectants and plant protection chemicals 9.78%, etc. Whereas in the cultivation of sugarcane, labor component was highest 18.15%, followed by FYM, that is 14.23%, fertilizers 13.38%, cultural operations 12.4% and other costs 11.71%. The major items of the cost incurred for the cultivation of turmeric included seeds 22.33%, followed by FYM 20.97%, chemical fertilizers 11.15% and labor 10.18%. For the cultivation of banana, planting material accounted for 20.28% of the total cost of production. The other important cost components included FYM 17.27%, chemical fertilizers 15.78%, labor 16.01% and other costs primarily included the wooden poles used for the support of plants 16.01%. Gross income. The gross income was found to be rupees 1,18,600 per acre per year from the sale of main and byproducts of banana, followed by sericulture with 96,132 rupees per acre per year, whereas from sugarcane and turmeric the gross income was less than rupees 60,000 in each. Net income. With respect to the net income, the income obtained from sericulture was rupees 50,000 per acre per year, whereas it was rupees 30,000, rupees 26,000 and rupees 52,000 in sugarcane, turmeric and banana respectively. Cost benefit ratio. The cost benefit ratio observed was 1.98 for sericulture, whereas it was 2.07, 1.97 and 1.84 for banana, sugarcane and turmeric respectively. Comparative economics of different cash crops. You can see in the graph what is the economics of different cash crops. If we look into the cost of production in figure, it is more in banana crop, followed by sericulture, sugarcane and turmeric. Similarly, the gross income is higher in the cultivation of banana, followed by sericulture, sugarcane and turmeric cultivation. Also, when we look into the net income, it is more in the case of banana again, followed by sericulture. However, it is very less in sugarcane and turmeric crops. In another study by Kumaresan and Vijay Prakash during 2001 in Gobichittipalayam Taluk of Erode district in Tamil Nadu, they compared the economics of sericulture with that of the major crops cultivated. The revenue obtained from sericulture, rupees 21,153 per acre per year, was comparatively higher than that of all other major crops cultivated in the area, namely paddy, sugarcane, gingerly, groundnut and sorghum, except turmeric. In a study conducted at Maharashtra, has also revealed that sericulture is more profitable than the major crop of wheat. Although sugarcane cultivation is found to be marginally beneficial than sericulture, sericulture has been relatively better option in terms of income periodicity and employment generation. Comparative performance of different crops between Bangalore and Kolar districts revealed that Kolar district fared better than Bangalore in terms of economic gains from different enterprises. An assessment of income and expenditure from different enterprises revealed that the enterprises such as vegetables and mulberry were found to be highly remunerative. The maximum net returns were obtained from vegetables, that is rupees 62,000 per acre per annum, followed by mulberry with rupees 45,000 per acre per annum and plantation crops with rupees 17,000 per acre per annum. However, in ragi, under both rainfed and irrigated and in agroforestry, the net returns was very marginal. In a study conducted by Subrata Trivedi and Kunal Sarkar in Murshidabad district of West Bengal state, The combined net income from multiple farming systems involving paddy in summer season, paddy in rainy season and mustard was only rupees 43,000, which was less than sericulture alone, which generated rupees 53,000 in 1 acre of land for irrigated condition. Hence, sericulture alone has potential in generating more income compared to most of the other agricultural crops. Advantages of mulberry sericulture over other cash crops. When all other crops are observed, sericulture was found to be comparatively advantageous than almost all other crops except banana. The major reason for sericulture being practiced more by farmers is higher profitability and continuous income throughout the year. The other reasons are as follows. Number of crops in sericulture is 5, whereas in others it is restricted to only 1. Also, higher returns and regular income are facilitated in this. Mulberry is perennial, hence each year establishing new plants is not necessary. Mulberry requires moderate quantity of water, whereas other crops require more water. Crop loss due to pests and diseases is less in mulberry, whereas in other crops such as sugarcane, banana, turmeric, etc., it mainly depends on season and natural calamities. Cost of cultivation is less in mulberry, whereas it is more in other crops. In mulberry, money recovery is regular, that is once in 75 days, whereas in other crops it is usually after almost 1 year. In sericulture, the yield is stabilized due to the popularization of standard scientific technologies through the joint efforts of Central Silk Board and State Sericulture Department, whereas in other crops, the yield mainly depends on irrigation and natural causes. In sericulture, harvesting is 5 to 10 times, whereas in other crops, it is once in a year. Though banana is more profitable than sericulture, it requires more inputs, especially water and manure, which are scarce. Further, heavy wind, diseases, or any other natural calamity would completely destroy the crop. In sugarcane, though the management is relatively easy, the price fluctuations would adversely affect the profitability in the crop. Turmeric requires good irrigation and soil. Sericulture requires more labor compared to any other major crop. Hence, there is a scope to popularize the productivity-oriented labor-saving technologies in sericulture with the farmers to bring down the cost of production and avoiding labor shortage during the peak labor requirement periods such as harvest or planting season of paddy. Integration of sericulture with other enterprises. In India, majority of farmers are holding less than 2 hectares of land. These farmers generally practice subsistence farming where they need to produce a continuous, reliable and balanced supply of foods as well as cash for basic needs and recurrent farm expenditure. Single crop production enterprises are risky and uncertain because of seasonal, irregular and uncertain income and employment to the farmers. Hence, there is need to have suitable farming systems of integrated nature. An integrated farming system consists of a range of resource-saving practices that aim to achieve acceptable profits and high and sustained production levels while minimizing the negative effects of intensive farming and preserving the environment. In an integrated system, livestock and crops are produced within a coordinated framework. The waste products of one component serve as a resource for the other. For example, manure is used to enhance the crop production. Crop residues and byproducts feed the animals, supplementing often inadequate feed supplies, thus contributing to improved animal nutrition and productivity. There are quite a few diversified enterprises and crops suiting mulberry sericulture. The combination of such enterprises can be considered to be viable only if they are complementary to each other. In China, fish farming cum sericulture is commonly practiced. Embankment fish culture has been practiced along with bamboo and mulberry culture. Originally, the delta was just a waterlogged area. Farmers dug and moved soil, piling it into huge rectangular or round shapes and utilized these raised embankments for planting crops. The excavated areas became deeper, making them ideal for fish culture. Whereas embankments are wide enough, mulberry, bamboo, etc. were grown. The mud is scraped from the bottom of the pond and applied as fertilizers to the embankment 2 to 5 times annually. In India also, different farming systems are prevailing, primarily due to varied agricultural base, available resources, and location-specific needs of humans, animals, etc. Farmers have established these farming systems through their experience to meet their food, fuel, and fiber requirement in a manner that they are least dependent on the external source. However, advancement in crop production technology and need for higher food grain production compelled the nation for adoption of crop-based production system. Dairy production. Dairy enterprise is one of the important activities which can suit the performance of sericulture, as it is very well known that the combination of enterprises, silk and milk, is very popular even now in Kolar district of Karnataka. Many studies have also revealed this fact as true from the sense of effective enterprise combination. The farmers in the district are known to be highly innovative, and the routine agriculture crops are combined inter alia with allied enterprises such as vegetables, dairy, sericulture, poultry, and piggery. One of the studies revealed that when dairy enterprise was combined with other enterprises on scientific lines, it was found to offer greater opportunities for increasing farm income and employment, particularly to the weaker sections of the rural community. In a study by Sabita and others during 2002 on the comparative performance of different enterprises with mulberry, the results indicated that vegetable along with mulberry yielded maximum net income of rupees 2,83,500 per acre per annum, followed by mulberry with livestock 1,79,175 rupees per acre per annum, and minimum net returns of rupees 56,000 per acre per annum was obtained when mulberry was grown with agroforestry. Preference of sericulture enterprise is mainly for its short gestation period and low investment. Sericulture can be considered as an essential tool for the rural development for improving the standard of living of human population of village level. It is regarded as a supplementary crop to the agriculture. It is successfully practiced as viable rural industry because it gives remunerative employment to family labor throughout the year, and it ensures periodic income even to the small and medium holdings. From the individual rearer's point of view, sericulture is the most remunerative cash crop as compared to any other crop. Also, many comparative studies on income generation through agricultural crop and sericulture at farmers level suggest that sericulture is capable of more income generation than other traditional agricultural crops. With this, we come to an end of the chapter Sericulture vis-a-vis other agricultural enterprises.